Imagine two boxers stepping into a ring. They are matched perfectly in weight, reach, and skill. They fight for 12 rounds, trading blows, neither one clearly dominating the other. But in the final seconds, one lands a lucky punch. The bell rings. One is declared the winner, the other the loser. In that exact moment, their biology begins to diverge. The winner's brain is flooded with a surge of testosterone. His dopamine receptors light up. He does not just feel happy, his entire neurochemistry is rewriting itself to prepare for the next conflict. He walks out of that ring taller, sharper, and chemically primed for dominance. Now look at the loser. Even if he fought bravely, his testosterone drops. His cortisol, the stress hormone, spikes. His brain enters a state of retreat. He becomes risk-averse. He becomes hesitant. Here is the terrifying reality of biology. If these two men were to fight again the next day, the winner is statistically far more likely to win simply because he won the first time. This is not about skill anymore. It is about momentum. This is known in neuroscience as the winner effect, and it is the primary reason why you feel stuck in your life. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are simply a biological machine that has stopped winning. You are operating on a chemical deficit. You are waiting for confidence to arrive so that you can take action, but biology works in reverse. Confidence is not a prerequisite for victory. Confidence is the chemical residue of victory. When you stop winning, you stop producing the fuel required to move forward. You enter a spiral of defeat where your brain downregulates its sensitivity to opportunities and upregulates its sensitivity to threats. You become invisible because your biology is signaling to the world that you are no longer a contender. To understand how to break this cycle, we must strip away the self-help platitudes and look at the cold mechanics of the male brain. The winner effect was famously documented by biologist Ian Robertson. The core mechanism involves the androgen receptors in the brain. When you achieve a goal, when you dominate a challenge, no matter how small, your testosterone rises. But it does more than that. It increases the density of androgen receptors in the reward centers of the brain. This means that future testosterone has a more potent effect on you. Think of it like an engine. Winning does not just add fuel, it upgrades the engine to burn that fuel more efficiently. A man who is on a winning streak does not just have more testosterone, his brain is more sensitive to it. He becomes bolder. He takes calculated risks without feeling crippling anxiety. His posture changes. His vocal tone deepens. He emits what evolutionary psychologists might call a golden aura. This is not mysticism. It is a biological signal of high status. Other humans, particularly women and competitors, can detect this signal subconsciously. They do not know why they respect you. They just know that your presence commands it. Conversely, consider the man who is stagnated. He wakes up, goes to a job where he has no authority, comes home, consumes cheap entertainment, and sleeps. He faces no battles. He claims no territories. He achieves no victories. His androgen receptors begin to atrophy from disuse. His system is flooded with cortisol from the low-level stress of unfulfilled potential. When this man walks into a room, he projects a loser effect. He is hesitant. He overanalyzes. He seeks permission to speak. He is chemically castrated by his own lack of momentum. This stagnation creates a profound invisibility. Have you ever wondered why some men seem to effortlessly attract opportunities, while you struggle to get a reply to an email? It is not just about competence. It is about the scent of momentum. Humans are social animals, wired to follow those who are moving forward. We are terrified of stagnation. When you are stagnant, you trigger a subtle repulsion in others. They avoid you because, on a primal level, bad luck and failure are perceived as contagious. If you are not winning, you are dying. There is no neutral ground in nature. This dynamic is ruthlessly apparent in the realm of dating and relationships. Women are the ultimate detectors of the winner effect. They are evolutionarily programmed to identify men who are on an upward trajectory. This is often misunderstood as gold digging or superficiality. It is not. It is a survival heuristic. A man who is winning battles, whether they are financial, physical, or intellectual, signals that he has the resources and the drive to protect and provide. But more importantly, he signals that he is competent. When you approach a relationship from a state of defeat, you are looking for the woman to be your win. You are looking for her validation to provide the dopamine hit that your life is not providing. This is the definition of neediness. You are a biological parasite, seeking to extract good chemicals from another person because your own factory has shut down. She feels this. She feels the weight of your emptiness. It repels her. Contrast this with the man who is deep in the winner effect. He does not need her validation to feel powerful. He already feels powerful because he crushed his workout, he closed a deal, or he disciplined his mind that morning. When he interacts with her, he is not extracting, he is overflowing. He is inviting her to join his victory lap. This is magnetic. Attraction is not a choice. It is a response to the signal of high status, and nothing signals status louder than the chemical signature of a man who is consistently winning. The danger of the loser loop is that it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is the spiral of defeat. You lose a small battle. Perhaps you procrastinate on a project. Your brain releases cortisol. You feel anxious. To soothe the anxiety, you engage in low-value behavior like scrolling social media or eating junk food. This lowers your self-respect further. Your testosterone dips. Now you feel too weak to tackle the next task. You fail again. The loop tightens. Eventually, you reach a state of learned helplessness. You accept that you are a loser as an identity, rather than realizing it is a temporary chemical state caused by a lack of positive feedback. So, how do you hack this system? How do you restart a cold engine? You do not wait for a massive victory. You do not wait to become a millionaire or to win a championship. Those goals are too far away, and your brain is too starved of dopamine to sustain the effort required to reach them. You must manufacture the winner effect artificially through a strategy called micro-winning. The brain is easily tricked. In terms of chemical release, it has difficulty distinguishing between a massive, life-changing victory and a small, trivial one. The release of testosterone and dopamine is triggered by the completion of a task and the perception of dominance over a challenge. You can use this to your advantage. You need to set the bar so low that you cannot miss. And then you need to crush it. Start with 3 non-negotiable micro-wins every single day. These must be actions that are entirely within your control. For example, making your bed immediately upon waking, drinking a glass of water, and doing 10 push-ups. This sounds ridiculous. It sounds too easy to be effective. But you are missing the point. You are not doing this for the fitness or the hydration. You are doing this to force your brain to register a win within the first 10 minutes of waking up. When you complete these tasks, you must consciously acknowledge them. You must say to yourself, "I said I would do this and I did it." This closes the feedback loop. Your brain registers a success. It releases a tiny drip of dopamine. It upregulates your receptors slightly. You have established a baseline of control. You are now statistically more likely to win the next hour of your day. As you stack these micro-wins, the momentum builds. This is the biology of momentum. One disciplined act makes the next disciplined act easier. The man who makes his bed is more likely to go to the gym. The man who goes to the gym is more likely to eat a healthy breakfast. The man who eats a healthy breakfast is more likely to focus at work. By noon, this man has accumulated 10 or 15 small victories. His blood is rich with the chemistry of success. When he encounters a problem in the afternoon, he does not shrink from it. He attacks it, because his brain is currently in winner mode. This is why high-value men are obsessed with routine. Routine is not a prison, it is a victory machine. It ensures that no matter how chaotic the external world becomes, the internal biology is being fed a steady diet of wins. However, there is a second component to the winner effect that is equally important. You must refuse to dwell on failure. This is not about toxic positivity. It is about neurobiological hygiene. When you ruminate on a loss, when you replay a rejection or a mistake over and over in your mind, you are physically strengthening the neural pathways associated with that failure. You are marinating your brain in cortisol. You are teaching your nervous system to be afraid. High-performance athletes are taught to have a short memory. If a quarterback throws an interception, he must delete that event from his emotional register immediately. If he carries the shame of the interception into the next play, he will hesitate and he will fail again. You must adopt this same ruthlessness. When you fail, and you will fail, analyze the technical error, extract the lesson, and then chemically dump the emotion. Do not let the cortisol linger. Do not construct an identity around the failure. Reset the mechanism. Go find a micro-win immediately to flush the system. You must also understand that the world will constantly try to disrupt your momentum. We live in an environment designed to create dopamine addicts, not dopamine producers. Social media, video games, and pornography are all engineered to hijack your reward system. They give you the illusion of a win, the leveling up in a game, the likes on a photo, without the biological benefit of real effort. This is empty calories for your androgen receptors. It creates a fragile, false confidence that shatters the moment you face real-world adversity. The winner effect requires real friction. It requires you to overcome resistance. A win without effort does not trigger the same biological upregulation. This is why easy lives often produce fragile men. If you have everything given to you, your brain never learns the pathway of dominance. You become chemically soft. You must seek out resistance. You must do the hard things, not just because they are productive, but because the hardness itself is the trigger for the chemical upgrade you seek. Look at the men you admire. Look at the men who seem to have that golden aura. Do they seem paralyzed by overthinking? Do they seem desperate for approval? No. They move with a fluid, terrifying certainty. This certainty is not a personality trait they were born with. It is a callus they have built. It is the result of thousands of small victories stacked on top of each other year after year. They have conditioned their brains to expect success, and so their brains provide the energy to ensure it. You have the power to turn this generator on. It does not require $1 million. It does not require a perfect relationship. It requires you to win the battle of the next 5 minutes. It requires you to identify a target, no matter how small, and destroy it. Stop waiting for the feeling of confidence. It is not coming. It is waiting for you to move. It is waiting for you to strike the first blow. The moment you do, the chemistry changes. The moment you do, you step out of the loser's corner and into the winner's circle. And once you are there, the
the momentum will carry you to places you cannot currently imagine. Confidence is not a thought. It is a chemical history of victory. Go out and write some history.